one we saw yesterday.
It's an interesting
This one
mode
actually
of propulsion.
looks like popping popcorn. Sort of like.
So the closest
Yeah, I'm
relative
trying
to
to back
these
up.
that we would see in shallow waters, or
Wow.
that most people would know, are Portuguese man-o-wars. And so these siphonophores are colonial animals. That isn't just one animal. That's loads and loads of animals all living in unison, working together.
That is very cool.
I've never seen a dandelion swimming,
Neither have I.
We all learn something
and
new
also
every day.
popping things out of itself.
Oh.
So usually they'll see them settled on the seafloor, and they would have loads of these strands extending out in all directions, 360 degrees around them, and anchoring them in place.
Right. So why is this one on the move?
I am not sure. Maybe it didn't like where it was living, and so now it's moving.
I feel like we've had a lot of animals today that are not happy with their locations. No less than, 3 ophiurides and or sea stars that have jumped off and
Grass is always greener.
yeah, gone somewhere else today.
I think I have more zoom.
Yeah, you can go in a little more now that it's farther away. Okay. I'm gonna have to cut
Yeah,
off
so maybe
soon,
if it's going to plop onto the
It might
seafloor
start
now,
tugging
and
you
yeah.
in a second.
Okay.
it's shedding a lot of itself, or babies, or something.
Somewhere there's an expert in this kind of siphonophore that's just
I'm gonna turn my
keening
head
in
to
horror
keep
with
knowing
your
each other.
description.
Okay.
I know. My
I think it's
apologies
just
to
on you,
anybody
though.
who
Still
can hear
going. I'm
this.
gonna have to let it go.
Okay.
Okay.
Want me to
Okay,
come
so that
Yeah,
coral
come
slash
Coming
sponge
wide?
Yes.
in the distance, please.
There we go. Full wide.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to come back to our direction of movement.
Okay.
Just want to push forward.
Yeah. Pushing forward. Wow, that thing took me on a journey.
So did we lose it looking at the siphonophore?
Definitely not. I see it there.
No, Chris, you need to have more faith in our pilots.
235.
There it is.
Don't have
Okay,
much
I see it
time.
again. Boy,
Yeah,
we
camera's
really
60
backed up a
degrees.
bit, didn't
Yeah,
we,
you get a
getting
little
that guy?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, we were fairly far away from the sponge.
All right, starting to look down at you.
It almost looks like it could be an octopus, but maybe not. It's so
No,
broken up
don't
here.
get our hopes up. It's a sponge.
Okay, video. Let's get a zoom from here.
Which is
Okay,
exciting,
so yeah.
just not an octopus.
I agree completely.
So, Chris, what kind of sponge
Definitely.
is this?
Definitely
that is,
not an octopus.
It is a beautiful sponge, though.
It is, but it's not an octopus. Even I could tell you that. I think
Okay, the video just unfroze, so I could see it. Great. That's a different one for sure.
Okay, want to get a little tighter video? I only
Okay.
have about 30 more seconds.
Coming in tighter.
That's good.
This is, yeah. I actually still
Oh,
have
and you
some
can
more.
see it has a little squat lobster or crab living
Back
inside
up.
of its, one of its sort of, I don't think those
90
are
degrees,
oscular, but
it looks
Why
pretty
would they
flat
not be
out ahead,
oscular?
so,
Okay.
you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
are oscula where there's the ingress of water or the egress?
I
You got a
think
big coral right
incurrent.
behind you.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
wow.
you.
Okay, time for me to move on. Bigger wide video.
Okay, coming wide. That's full wide.
Yep, so just pick up and push out ahead. When you come.
Well, you had a 50% chance of being right, so
I got it wrong.
It was fine. I give that a B minus, Diva.
I give that an F.
Is your heading good? Close.
My heading is close, yeah. Just a little off, but
So Chris is saying that perhaps that was
Yep.
from the family let's try this one again.
Okay.
Eucinoteridae, and he thinks it's a new genus in that family. Scott's saying that he he's seen morphs of this type of sponge that are yellow and green in the North Atlantic, and then Chris Kelly was saying perhaps it could also be from the family Eurytidae. So an unknown sponge are not the first for the day. We have one in the bin to be brought up to the surface for further identification. Okay, so could we get a look at one of these 4 large sponges, please?
Sure. That's starting to look better. Happy with our positions, co-pilot?
Yeah, I can come down a bit.
So these sponges may be the Tritopleura again.
Alright, pilots, that move just stopped. So,
Very good.
yeah.
A sort of leaf-like morphology.
Okay,
Yeah.
video, you can go in.
Okay, zooming in.
We'll need to come more to.
And just
maybe
go all the
like
way in if you'd like.
2,
All the
3,
way?
0 maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
And
we'll-
this one's got
Very
a
stable.
beautiful camatulid crinoid living on it.
That's
Probably from
When
the
he's done
genus,
here, we'll
from the
have him
family
scope
Thalassometridae.
out
Alright, sounds good.
a new bearing.
yeah, I have a little bit more,
Okay.
but
Not quite centered though.
yeah,
There we go.
this is a nice shot though.
Co-pilot, can you get the lasers off?
Sure. Lasers off.
Okay, would you like the whole sponge in a shot?
Sure,
Okay. You can come wide.
coming wide.
There we go. I think it's a little out of my light. Okay, whenever you're happy, video.
Okay, coming wide.
So
That's
Carl,
full wide.
we're going to do a direction change. Just wanted to have you scope out a new slope.
Okay.
Can't really see too well here. Looks like we just got a good return. A little more to port or starboard.
Now this is watch lead.
Hey, Washlead, how can I help you?
I just want to make sure that we're still on target to get to that waypoint before
Yes.
we're done.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we should have, as long as we don't stop stick too many samples, we should have plenty of time at the end.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
It's interesting because it seems like as we've moved up this hill, we're seeing more and more of the Iridogorgias.
We have seen them somewhat. I mean, we've seen them from
Yeah,
the beginning,
definitely.
but I think you're right.
But now
in
it just
terms
seems like they're one of the most abundant, whereas
Yeah.
before they were kind of few and far in between.
of, I would agree.
So do you want to,
Maybe 215 for the next move?
I think maybe
Um,
210.
210?
And
Yeah,
these
probably.
large
Yeah, let me
leaf-like
scan over
sponges
all
are
this nice ridge
from
here,
the
and then
genus
I'll,
Tritopleura.
Move
What's
on.
the thing that's an unbranched coral? The one in the middle.
The whip?
Yeah.
Wait.
The one right in the middle.
Oh, I don't know. Can we have a zoom on that one, please? The long white
Sure.
one,
Yeah.
smack in the center.
Let me just get stopped here. Okay, video, you can zoom.
Okay, zooming in. That's
So this is
partial.
actually a dead sponge stalk that's been taken over by zoanthids.
Okay, you
Really?
can go
Yeah.
all the way.
Okay, coming in.
Yes, definitely.
Very cool.
So pretending to be a coral, but not. Well,
No, you're right.
yeah.
Because zoanthids
Pretending
are
to be a
not.
whip coral.
Are zoanthids corals?
Yes. So zoanthids aren't octocorals. they're actually hexacorals. Whereas a lot of the corals we're looking at here, such as the primnoids and the isidids and the chrysogorgids, those are all octocorals.
Okay, whenever you're happy, video.
Okay. Zooming out.
Okay, wait, so maybe they aren't so...
I hate to tell you, Diva,
They're
that
not
this
so
is an
anthids, they're still
octocoral. We're
oniferans,
right
aren't they?
now.
Yep.
You can see the
Oh, what?
Okay, I got the stoloniferans earlier in the dive.
So if you want to,
Chris,
Yeah,
I
some
still
hair.
think
Got a
she's
good
doing a
slope.
pretty good job in
Okay.
general, don't you?
I'm thinking around 210.
Corals
but
are just not my bag, okay? Not my bag.
So we're at
Still following
1,955
this
meters,
ridge.
and
That might
just
be
sort
the
of
way to
following
go.
a ridge.
Yeah.
We're trying to get to the top.
Or like 215.
Yeah, and let me pop up and look at my sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look ahead of me. It's pretty good.
Okay.
About 30 meters.
215 for 30 meters. Copy
Yeah,
that.
but
Sounds
that,
good.
that
Yep.
agrees pretty well with high pack too, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still on track.
All right. Did you say 30? Or-
Yeah, I thought you.
yeah.
I heard you say 30. So
Yeah, that'd be good. I
Okay.
think with the 40s, you have a little more danger of overshooting when you
Yeah.
stop. So.
Copy. Bridge. This is Nav. Hi, can I get a ship move of 30 meters at 215 degrees
Gonna
at
take a look
0.2
down here.
knots? Good copy. Thank you, Bridge. Copy that. Is that around the A-frame? Sounds great. Thank you, Bridge. I don't know if you copied, but Bridge is gonna. All right.
Copy that. Yeah. Keep an eye on it. Shouldn't affect us, but
Okay, video want to go in on these corals in the center?
Okay. Zooming in.
Just look interesting to me.
Okay, this is partial.
Okay. I'll just come up the face of the rock here. Is that a sea spider in there? Can you go a little tighter?
Coming in tighter.
Yes. This is our first sea spider
Oh.
of this expedition, and I never get tired of seeing these.
I have more zoom.
So these are
Let's hold on the body for a second.
pycnogonids,
I'll stay
is the proper
stable here.
term.
Thrilling.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure how I feel about the
Pycnogonids.
spiders
Oh, they're
either.
so amazing. And so this is probably from the family Colocendi. Are the lasers on?
we can get them on.
Yeah,
Please, yeah. So these can usually get quite big.
yeah. This one's come up to it.
And can we see if it's feeding? Is there any more zoom?
Yeah, we'll zoom in a
yes,
second.
there.
So there's the lasers on it.
So these pycnogonids,
Okay,
they have a
I'm gonna
quite large
come down a bit,
proboscis,
and then we can
which
zoom.
they stick into
Okay, video. Free to
animals
zoom.
and then suck out the
zooming in.
insides with.
Okay, for those of you who are watching from
That's hard
home,
zoom.
you cannot
Okay.
imagine the big giant smile that Diva just said that with. It's like it sucks the animal's
Come
insides out.
partial,
Huge
creep
smile.
closer.
Okay, coming out partial.
She really is having a wonderful time with the spider.
That's partial.
Great. Coming in.
Sea spiders are just amazing. And I have friends who are deathly afraid of spiders on land and feel the exact same way about them under the water.
They actually do look pretty cool.
Even though they're not related, but something
Uh,
about the way they walk, allegedly.
Okay, you can go in video.
Okay, zooming in. I'll go full zoom.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so as we zoom in, Scott, stay tuned. I don't think it's feeding right now.
No.
No, it looks like it's just hanging out in this isidid coral, Scott. The proboscis is not extended into anything. But just fantastic. I love these. But it doesn't, just because it's not feeding right now doesn't mean that it may not get hungry later. Excellent spot, ROV pilots. Excellent spot.
Thank you. Okay, video whenever you're happy.
Okay, coming out. That's full wide.
Great.
Yeah, that. Don't ask me that.
So what direction is that ridge? So kind of keep following the.
I don't have much in sonar actually.
Yeah. Kind of like.
The ship's still going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of.
Yeah, ship's about midway through the last
Yeah.
move.
I'll come back down and look at some corals.
Yeah, not too much tether left.
Okay.
I'm already down at 15 altitude with the heave. Give you a little more, but what's that?
Now this is what I call a field of corals.
Or a coral garden.
A coral garden. That's very nice.
Okay. Did a nice survey there. I'll come back up to center. So we're probably pretty close to the flat plains on the top, right?
Yeah, there's not much. It's not going to be much slope
Okay.
at all. We are off. Actual depth, what we're reading is actually about 50 meters off of high pack too, but it was like that when we landed, so it might just be a consistent offset.
50 off.
So pilot, watch lead.
Yes.
So I can't remember if I've relayed this because my brain has stopped working. But once we get around the waypoint, and we are actually aiming, I think, as Jeff was showing, like to the local high rather than the exact waypoint,
Okay.
we may want to try to pick up a rock. So if you can keep your eyes peeled for something that might look loose, that would be great.
Will do. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, I figured that's where we were. Diva, you're totally right. Look at how many of these, what are they called?
I know I'm totally right.
You are totally right. They're all
No,
over.
so these chrysogorgids from the genus Iridogorgia do seem to be getting more abundant. I mean, looking upon...
Scott says it needs some Iridogorgia spray. Sorry, I thought
That's because Chris just likes bamboo corals.
No, that was Scott.
Oh, that's because Scott likes bamboo corals. And these are chrysogorgids, so he's not interested. Wow, look at the amount of them here.
So you were totally right.
So
You
pilots,
predicted
which is the biggest one? And how big is it?
Probably the one right front of me. See if lasers help. I'm not sure.
Because Chris was saying earlier that these can get up to 5 meters
Yep.
tall.
He said taller than the vehicle, which I'm hoping to see.
I mean, the vehicle's not 5 meters tall. 5 meters is really tall.
I know, so bigger than the vehicle.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. They don't really show up on Sirius camera because they're so
Feathery.
feathery. Yeah.
Feathery.
Well, they're not like a rock. You can see those in the Sirius camera.
I don't know. I'd say this one ahead of me is at least 2 meters.
It is pretty big.
I can't really even.
That's okay. I was just making conversation.
Oh, you don't really want to know.
No, I did want to know
Yeah.
the general size, but
I was
yeah.
thinking I could put lasers on the top, measure my altitude, and then go down, but then I would crush about 8 of them. So
Yeah. Please don't do that.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not do that.
But I have the lasers on the top, and I'm at 2 meter altitude, so it's more than 2 meters, I'd say. So Nav, how long ago did that ship move end?
So this area looks even more cemented
Just maybe
than
a
it did
couple
before.
minutes ago.
So we're probably seeing
So
lots of
might have maybe
manganese
a
crust.
minute
There's a
or
little bit
something.
less sediment in this area,
Okay.
but it's actually so kind of covered in a crust that it's hard to
Let's
imagine
see.
what the
Maybe a-
lithology below it is.
Trying to think. So right now at 200 D2 looks local high, and then Sirius
sort of.
shows kind of uniform all around.
Yeah, I guess.
I could probably go to port a bit, but
Yeah, I'm over there.
Do you just want to do a move at 200 for 30 meters and see what that does?
Yeah, let's give that a try.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I guess I do have a bump about 12 meters out at 200, so it's a good start.
Bridge, this is Nav. Hi, can I get a ship move of 30 meters at 200 degrees at 0.2 knots? Good copy. Thank you, Bridge.
so is there a plan for after we hit waypoint 2?
So Chris, is this what you were looking for? I feel like this hits all of your interests. High
No, that was-
density
that was
of
right now. Yeah, no, that
corals
was when I
and
got there,
all
and then
sorts of really beautiful
it's
stuff
kinda
here
rock.
towards the top of
Let's
this
go
ridge.
there.
How much longer do we have on bottom, Nav?
Let's see.
Chris isn't answering
Tugging
me.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Then I'll speak for him. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what he was hoping
Yeah,
to find.
that definitely pleases me to see this for sure, and for multiple reasons. So yeah, I'm very pleased, and right now I'm yeah, and also with Patty here next to me, she's going to be really happy if we can find a decent second rock, and then also if we can get another coral that's unusual here. And now that Scott's aboard watching actively here, it'd be also nice to take a closer look at some of the bamboos. We can sort of point them out, and he can point them out too, which ones might be of interest to take a close look, because he's going to know, he's got much better guesses on them than I am.
Did you say an hour 10 left on the bottom?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, perfect.
All right, for those of you that are following along, yet
thing-
another drill.
Suggestion is maybe we could go across this little high and then see if there could be some pillows on the opposite side that might be more suitable for collecting.
Yeah, watch it. We just put a move in that should put us right over this local high, so
Yeah,
we'll see the other side soon.
Great, thank you.
definitely at the end there.
Yeah, I'll wait here. Video, want to zoom from here on this coral in the center?
Okay, zooming in.
Great.
It's partial. Oh, one of the
Give me
Asteroids
one
fell.
second, Bridge.
what?
Okay, I'm going to rotate left and get one a little bit closer here. Keep that zoom. Okay, that's better.
Bridge, did you say bailout of 219 or 291?
Okay, if you could go wide video.
Okay,
Oh,
coming
okay,
wide.
sorry, I thought you said 219. Yeah, 291
That's full wide.
is still
Coming
good
back
for
to
right
you
now.
now.
Yeah, I got to come back a bit. Quite a bit of heave here every once in a while.
Yeah. There, is that better?
Yes. I can come back down. I just came up once the tether started bouncing up.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, video. Let's zoom on this coral center screen.
Okay, zooming in. This is a partial.
Excellent.
Do you want me to zoom in more?
Yeah, once you're happy with your partial.
Oh, okay. Okay, zooming in more.
Okay. Good.
That's full zoom.
Do you want me to kind of hold it or just slowly drift up?
Let's slowly drift up.
Okay. Coming up.
So this is an isidid coral or bamboo coral. You can see all the nodes in the branches. Those are the black bands, which every now and again you see one of them. And you can also see the beautiful chrysogorgid in the background.
Okay, whenever you're happy, video.
Okay. Zooming out.
I wonder whether growing in a spiral shape is advantageous in
That's
some
full
way.
wide.
Okay.
Engineers in front, thoughts?
Sorry, watch lead, can you repeat?
I was wondering whether growing in a spiral shape has any advantage, sort of mechanically wise.
Well, it gives it a little more spring in the current, I guess.
Yeah, it's not just stretched out.
Okay,
I
thanks.
guess if it were just a single stalk with a single,
Now you cover more
yeah,
cross-sectional area in the water column. Right?
yeah, you can wrap them around in a.
There's something swimming.
Well, she just ran out of the room.
there was a whale shark sighting.
You know, this happened a couple years ago when I was in the control room.
Well, that's cool, everybody.
I bet
We'll just keep driving this robot at the bottom of the ocean.
I'm here with you.
A few years ago, the whale shark just came up and played by the bow really close.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to go see the whale shark too.
We can talk directly to Chris for a minute if you want.
I don't think. Are we on the conference call?
I think probably the connection's bad, which is
Yeah.
why we don't hear very often.
So have you guys? Are we at waypoint 2 or pretty close to it?
According to HiPAC, it's just ahead of us. But
Okay.
it's pretty flat now, so there's not a.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. We sort of achieved where we need to be.
Do we?
There might be one more rise. It's hard to say.
If it is, it's like a very slight rise, but it's
Yeah.
in the distance. We can't quite
I think
tell.
that
for
ship
sure.
move is it over?
Chris,
or
can
just
you hear us?
Probably-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it ended a couple minutes ago.
So I
I
guess
can
just
hear you at
Newport High's
IRC.
directly behind
Oh,
us
thanks,
almost,
Bruce.
So
In sonar, but there is stuff ahead of me here.
a little bit, yeah. Do you
Want
guys
to range
just-
out my
hear
sonar
you.
one more bump?
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted. We're getting awfully close to waypoint 2, so
Yeah,
we
there's
basically are
nothing.
achieving our goal. There may be one more local high, and I wanted to know from Chris if it would be okay to take a rock sample if we can find one around here, or if he wants us to push on for another 5 or 10 minutes
down.
before we
Yeah.
try to find a rock sample.
Oh wait, there's something.
He
maybe
said-
ahead.
Well, I defer to you and Patty.
It's too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a moment, we're turning off the laptop audio because the teleconference was bad. But I defer to you and Patty as to if you see a rock that looks good and you want to collect, I'd say go for it.
And then we'll try to find
Okay,
a rock
thank you.
around here.
Okay. So
squaring
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Deb, I think that what we're
185.
looking at up here on the top of this
185.
hill
20 meters,
is
185.
Yeah, sounds good.
more probably crust
Yeah,
material.
I think you might be
Doesn't
right.
look like the
Which
pillow
was
lava
that?
texture that
Video,
we
you
saw
wanna
a
zoom
little
in such a
earlier. What
Okay.
Chris
so
was
Canada
talking
ship
about
number
was
of
trying
20
to perhaps
meters
go
at
Zooming into the
down the
185
slope a little
degrees
bit
at 0.2
and
knots.
see if we get out of this terrain in order to try to go for a rock.
Copy that.
Okay, that sounds good.
I think it's just going to manganese crust.
So,
20
Chris, would you like
meters.
to keep driving once we make it
185
over this
degrees.
waypoint? Once we make it to the waypoint, do you want to just keep driving along this
At
ridge?
0.2 knots.
Yeah, let's just drive right over the hump and toward the other side, and maybe we'll see some better rocks on the other side of the hump.
Okay, sounds great.
So watch lead. I take it these are just pieces of crust up here.
Yeah, I mean, they don't. They
That's
look like
fish.
they're just manganese crust, and
Yeah.
so we were hoping earlier on in parts of our dives, we saw things that, excuse me, looked more
you
like
can
pillow
zoom in.
basalts.
Zooming in.
So if we see those again, we'd probably like to pick one up.
Sure.
It almost makes navigation harder when there's
Nothing.
nothing.
Well, we're on the flat part. If it starts going down, actually, you can't really see downhill on the sonar, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go wide video.
Okay, coming wide. That's full wide.
Okay. I'm waiting out here for Sirius. I guess I'll turn back in for a minute, look at some corals.
Has this ever happened before, Carl?
What?
That the control room is empty?
So,
Hi, is anybody on the conference call with us?
It's Bruce from the IRC.
Hi, Bruce. So,
there's a whale shark outside, so
so the control room is empty, so we're going to need you guys to guide us for the next few minutes. Let us know if you see anything that you'd like to take a look at.
Okay, will do. I don't know where the folks from UH are right now. I don't hear them.
are they out
We
looking at the
didn't,
whale
we
shark?
didn't quite hear that. What exactly was the message?
Hi, Chris. This is Dan and co-pilot. There was a whale shark sighting off the bow, so they've run out for a few minutes to see that, and we're just waiting for Sirius to catch up to D2. So if you see anything that you want us to take a look at, just let us know.
Okay, I understand. Can we move a little bit at all just to look around a bit here at the top, or are we just stuck right in place?
No, we're looking around now.
I'd kind of like to zoom on these really flat colonies that we see here on the left.
I heard flat colonies.
I heard flat colonies too. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, the ones that are in the center here, the sort of largest ones, I can see in the center, there's one with an ophiuroid brittle star at the top.
Yep. Do you want to zoom in on that?
Yeah, I'm setting up now.
And there is a small fish swimming in the center of the screen.
That's true. It just wandered away.
It looks like a macrura at a
Oh, that's a shrimp.
Okay, video. Would you like to zoom center screen?
Okay, zooming in.
So I'm just going to mention while they're zooming, you may have heard a minute or two of radio silence. There is a whale shark right outside our ship right now.
Partial.
So Diva hurtled over about 3 chairs to get out quickly, as did Tara, our video engineer. It's excitement.
Shake.
Zoom in more?
Yeah,
Lots of
sure to
excitement
zoom
over
in.
here.
That's full zoom.
Great. I'll just try to stay still and scan around.
Definitely moving now. So
Yeah.
By my focus.
Yeah, after this, I'll turn back to starboard and
all right.
continue. Okay, I've got to turn to get back under Sirius. Could you go wide, video?
Okay, coming wide.
Thank you for that
That's full
zoom. That's informative. I believe that's Jasonisis bamboo coral, related to the genus Jasonisis. For the most part, it's branching at the nodes, but every once in a while, it looks like there's a branch slightly at the internode, and that's one clade of bamboo corals, that family that we know tends to have both nodal and internodal branching. So thank you for that.
Good. I'm glad it was helpful.
So this is our direction of motion, huh?
How far through that ship move are we, Sean?
Looks like we just finished.
Oh.
We have a couple minutes of swing.
Okay.
Well, we can always rotate, have you out here over the drop-off and rotate back around.
Okay.
So watch lead, we continued a bit farther south to see if there's any more local high, and as you can see, it just seems to drop off ahead. So I believe what we were on about 10 meters back was the local high.
Okay, great.
We can always spin back around that way to look at it.
I think the question I would have is this a fairly shallow slope as we move forward? Could we continue on this transect, or will you feel uncomfortable doing
Looks
that?
like there's a bit of a drop off up ahead.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was asking.
I mean, looking at high pack and, well, you can't see, but judging by high pack, I bet we could keep moving slowly.
Yeah, I think the slope, the downslope's shallow enough that it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. But the ship did just stop, right?
Yeah, so you might have, Sirius might be done moving now.
Coming
actually.
down.
Is that a jelly in Sirius?
You know, ROV team, if you guys want to go out and see the whale shark, I'm sure I could drive for a while.
Sure.
So are we still looking at the same type of coral, shore-based scientists? I have a feeling we might be.
Want to zoom in
Yes,
here?
this looks like the last one that we were zoomed in on.
And how do you pronounce that?
The one that was to the left of this might be different.
Okay, we can ask to have them zoom in over there. Pilot, did you hear that?
I did not.
So evidently the one to the left of this might be a little bit different and might be good to zoom in on.
All right, can you go wide video? We saw this one before.
We did.
It was just large with a big clearing ahead of it, so.
Well.
Yeah, pilots, as you're looking at this, do you want me to get a ship move in more south, or?
I think maybe this one with the Sea Star
sure.
or something.
Let's stand by on that nav. I think Circe is still moving, right? We don't want to take off too fast downhill. Could get awkward. Okay, video. You can zoom. Free to zoom video.
Max zoom.
Okay.
Hi, Deb. I wasn't referring to this Iridogorgia colony. It was another white bamboo coral-like one, but
oh, I'm sorry.
It may have been further left, so don't worry about it. It had just much more open branches.
Well, we can zoom out and try to find it for you, Scott. I apologize.
Pulling out slow.
Okay.
So white with much more open branches. Is it the one behind this one?
I think I'm pretty settled out now, Carl.
Zoomed out. You're still zoomed in for me.
Full line.
I see. Again, it's really hard. The screen is so pixelated. Oh, there. Yeah, the one behind. Oh, there it is. So there's one skinny one behind, and then to the left of that, that's the one I meant. The one that's furthest left.
Just leave the top.
Pilots, did you get that?
Is it the one on the left with lots of branches? Is that the one?
There's a lot of heave today.
Is it the skinny one, Scott?
Let's do this one first.
The one to the left is the skinny one.
The one to the left of the skinny one.
Okay.
So not this one, but I think maybe the one behind it?
Partial.
All right.
Or not. I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I heard the one to the left.
You are correct, Devin.
I'm correct in this is the right one, or I'm incorrect that we need to keep moving? Uh-oh.
Okay.
Feeds are still very choppy back on shore, so.
Scott, this one or the one that we were just on?
Okay, video, you can zoom.
I'm sorry.
The one that you are on right now.
Oh, good. Okay.
Recognizing that I'm somewhere between 7 and 14 seconds delayed.
Yep. Well, then if we're still on it in 5 seconds, I think we've got the right one.
Those lines.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you do have the right one. Great, thank you.
After this shot, Dan?
Time to fly.
This one looks like it has some interesting spiraling that I see on one of these branches. So there's a branch that goes straight up, and then the branch that's arcing up towards the right in the background there, I see what looks like a spiral pattern between the polyps. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Rotate left.
I see more of the spiral here in center. Do you have any more zoom?
Nope.
Yeah, we can see that too, Scott. And I think I saw this on one of the other bamboo corals earlier in the dive.
Just rotate over to see the others where they join.
It's weird. You can see that those branches, the higher branches, look like they have a thicker tissue with that spiral than the branch just below it.
Well, I don't know. You think this is different enough for our second collection?
Main branch.
It's certainly possible. I'm waiting to see if we can get any closer on the zoom to try to identify that spiraling stuff, but it's a nodal branch there. I can see
Pilot,
that
do we have any more zoom?
But,
I think that's full zoom. I can pick up
I don't know
and
if
hop
that
a little
is
clear if you'd like.
sclerites that are in the scenotyme, or if there's something else
video
left around there.
Yeah, you want to go wide?
Very unusual. Certainly, this is a collection.
Come down here.
If there's anybody else around,
Switch
Wes
video
or
out.
Sonia or Sako, does anyone recognize this?
I think Les is tied up with the White House group here visiting about the monument expansion. I would certainly support a collection. I've never seen that before either, Scott, and obviously you've looked at a lot more bamboos than I have.
Or what I can tell you is that it's probably in the D1 or D2 clade based on that open branching morphology and the way that it's branching at the node. But further than that, I couldn't tell you. And, yeah, that spiral pattern is very intriguing. So maybe when we get a slightly closer look here, I'll give you a final determination of what I think.
Come down just a little bit more.
Okay.
I think we'll be all right.
Okay, video, you're free to zoom.
Okay, zooming in. Partial.
They want a close look at this kind of spiraling pattern on the branches.
Okay.
So you can go in full on center there.
Okay, I'm going full.
So watch lead, was that a request for a sample of this?
We'll find out.
Okay.
So, shore-based scientists, was this something that we wanted to try to sample?
Can you get a focus on that branch in the back with the spirals?
The video's kind of messed up right now. I think Scott's waiting for a clearer view.
That's exactly correct. Chris, I want to get a closer look before I make a commitment on it.
Okay.
So the polyps that I'm seeing in the foreground look like they may have
$100,069.
kind of paired on either side of the polyp. And if that's the case, we did collect something like that from Hawaii. But, yeah, it's this... I wonder if... Boy, the video is just not clear enough, but I can't tell. Are these kind of like those nematocyst battery bumps that we were seeing on one or two colonies last year? I wish this would clear up a bit.
It's real clear right now here at UH, and this does not look like those nematocyst battery bumps.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's almost like there's something growing on top of it, doesn't it?
Should we spin up hydraulics?
How weird.
Sure.
Or I wonder if there's something burrowing underneath the tissue.
Maybe that's it.
So do you guys feel like you've seen enough to decide whether to collect this or not? I'm not trying to rush you. I just don't know.
Yeah, no problem, Deb. All I can tell you is I have never seen this before. And so I think it would be a worthwhile collection. That's as far as I can go. It's just a really interesting pattern on that coral. And my guess is there's two things there.
Well, certainly that seems like a convincing reason to go for it.
I would support a collection too, but in case this pattern doesn't exist on every branch, you would need a branch that has this patterning on it for sure.
Okay, we will ask the pilots to collect,
Chris,
and we will try to find this pattern.
A little wider?
Okay, coming wider.
So, pilot?
Yes, watch lead.
They really want that particular pattern that they saw on that arm. So we want to make sure that after we're done imaging it and before we collect it, that's the exact kind of pattern that they want to see. They don't want another piece.
Yeah, so they want a branch.
Maybe they could select which branch they want to grab, and just before they grab it, they could zoom it just to confirm the patterns on it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, because I did see that pattern on lots of parts of that colony.
Okay, thank you.
So choose a branch that's easiest to collect. Just verify the pattern is on the branch before you snip it.
Perfect. That's what we're going to do. They'll zoom in, check out some of the branches, and look for that pattern before they collect.
Hydraulics on.
And watch leads, which box do we have available currently?
What did we use already, Diva? I think
Starboard
starboard is totally open.
We've used the port outer and
we go wide on HD.
One of the rock boxes.
The starboard rock box. So we have the whole starboard bio box.
As well as the port inner. Right.
So whatever works for you guys.
Before I get the arm out, let's tilt up and look at these two upper branch, or the three outermost ones. Okay, can you zoom?
Okay, zooming in.
So hold on, stay there. I'm going to rotate slightly.
There.
I saw a whale ball.
Branch on the right has some.
Yeah, it's kind of turning too.
Okay. And the one on the left.
What about this one closest
So I just wanted
me?
to clarify, pilots, that they
Can you
said they wanted
focus?
one with the weird veining.
Yes.
But
On
it
the-
doesn't have
Okay,
any,
just
though.
checking.
Doesn't have it. Okay.
I don't think so. Not as much, at least.
Don't put words into my mouth.
Let's see. Is this one in the back? Unfortunately, it seems to be not on the tips of any of them.
If you pan to the left a little bit, I think I saw one on the left side
Okay.
of the coral.
I can see it on all the branches.
Yeah, but it kind of stops near the tips.
Just take one of the... How big is this colony?
Well, you can see the 10 centimeter.
Yeah, so I think just snip quite far down one of the branches.
See, on the left there? I don't know if they're, like,
Yeah.
where the tip is.
So I think if you could just
but-
snip below that. Or even, I mean, that one off to the right. Just on the right of the screen now. If you snip just before that fork in the branches.
I see. That one looks pretty good. I just don't want it to be so huge so it can't fit in the box. It's a fairly large coral. That's 10 centimeters.
Obviously, we just need bigger bio boxes. No?
Sure.
Actually, yesterday I did suggest taking out one of the panels in one of the boxes.
Oh, and make a one
Make
big
one
one?
big one.
Okay.
So can we zoom to make sure it has that pattern,
Well, it's
which it looks like
right
to me?
center. Yeah, video. You want to zoom?
Okay, zooming in.
So if I clip.
Yep. Wee.
Oh.
Wee. Yeah, so if you clip just to the
Oh,
left
just
of
by the
that,
node. Yeah, where
just
the
to
node is.
left. Okay,
Yep.
I'll try that.
because then we'll get both of
Oh,
those.
it's so weird.
Both of those
Okay,
branches.
video. You can come wide.
Okay, coming wide. Okay, that's full wide.
How big is? See, it's too big though.
So, on
That's
the,
about
on the far left, that like far left branch, that pattern is all the way up
all the way to the tip.
to the tip. Yeah,
Okay, let
to
me check
the
that out.
left of that
Yeah,
ophiuroid.
the very left. Okay, thanks, video.
Uh-huh.
Check that out. Yeah, I don't want to get a 60 centimeter long branch. And then
Right.
I had some issues with that yesterday. That
Yeah.
sponge.
That was a very nice collection yesterday.
Maybe a nice collection, not a good.
Okay, video,
Stow.
let's go in on this leftmost branch.
Okay, going in.
You may have a point.
Oh,
No.
or maybe
I don't know that I
tricked
can
me.
see it on that one.
Oh wait, I see it
Oh.
here. Go in on this one.
Where?
I thought it.
Center
There
screen.
we go. That
Yeah.
was it.
Okay.
Yep, that was it. I got
There we
them
go.
mixed
So that
up.
goes to the tip, so we can take a reasonable amount of that one.
You sure you can see it? Okay.
Okay, you can go in all the way, video.
Okay, going in.
Yep.
Yeah. Very good.
And it has some.
What
some
is this?
extra
That's so
too.
weird.
Okay. Can go wide, video.
Okay, coming
We've
wide.
picked our branch. So let's see.
It's the one
I'm
with
gonna-
the weird hanging thing on it.
There's a coral in between that, so I'm gonna rotate around.
This is 3. Is that right? Mm-hmm.
Here, can I pull up Sirius again real quick?
Yeah.
I just let's see. Make sure I'm not tugging you.
Yeah.
I'll come down just a hair more.
Okay.
How do you feel about the port? Port inner, I believe, is open. Is that right, Nev?
Yeah, that one should be good.
Okay.
The port inner is open. Just be careful when opening it that the item doesn't float out. It did sink a little, but it was also coming up as I put it in.
What was it, a sponge or a coral?
It was a sponge.
Oh. Yeah.
Can you tilt up Mini Zeus and zoom a bit?
Sure.
Maybe there's a better view from the pilot cam.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's try that. Bring that up.
Okay.
Not really, huh?
No.
No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
Coming down.
Great. Okay, and then on my left screen, we pull up the port manip.
Sure.
Okay, that's better.
Give you a bit more zoom.
Okay. Pretty far above it, actually.
Oh, fish is about to swim by.
We're not interested. Snaffabranchid. Wow, he's cading it wherever he's going. That fish just cruised by at a breakneck speed.
That might be too far away.
Looks like you're pretty high.
Yeah.
Are you, Huh. Guess your toe is touching on the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Nope. I'm gonna... Let's see how much tether you got. Zoom out.
Okay, we put monitor left back to ROV.
Yep.
So watch lead, since we're facing downhill, I misjudged that I'm actually pretty far above it.
Let's move the ship like 10 meters closer to D2.
Copy that. So 10 meters at 80.
080, yeah.
Copy that.
That's okay, pilots. Take your time.
Bridge, this is Nav. Hi, can I get a ship move?
Do you think I